ceremony with the utmost respect. Every graduate deserves to hear his or her name announced. Please refrain from using any noisemakers, horns, bells, yells, or any other distractors that are not conducive to maintaining the dignity and grandeur of this event. We ask that you hold your applause and congratulatory yells until after all names have been called, so that the next name called can be clearly heard. Your assistance will help provide the very best graduation for each student. Thank you in advance for your cooperation to ensure a dignified graduation ceremony. Buenas tardes. La clase del 2018 le gustaría que muestre sumo respeto ante esta ceremonia. Cada estudiante que se gradúa merece escuchar su nombre. Por favor, absténgase de utilizar matracas, bocinas, campanas, gritos y cualquier otra distracción que no sea propicia para mantener la dignidad y la magnificencia de este evento. Le pedimos que detenga sus aplausos y aclamaciones de felicitación después de que se hayan mencionado todos los nombres de los estudiantes. De esa manera se escuchará claramente el nombre del estudiante que sigue. Al mantener el decoro nos ayudará a proporcionar una mejor ceremonia de graduación para el estudiante. Le agradecemos de antemano su cooperación en la ceremonia de graduación. Gracias.
We will start with the pledge. I want to invite David, who will be going to the military and serving our country, to lead us in the pledge.
All right, may you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. You may now be seated.
Good evening. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Today we celebrate a very special class of 2018 who represents hard work and determination. Let's begin, before anything else, by acknowledging the events that's happened in these last few months. We're going to take 27 seconds of silence. As we have heard, we all hang together. As high school, we still feel what others across countries have feel. So we're going to take a 27 seconds of silence right now. Thank you. Now we can begin, as you represent the next generation. You guys, before we start and also as we go, we want to also stand and let's recognize the families that are here tonight. Los padres, gracias por todo su apoyo. We could not have been here without you, so let's rise and give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Now I want to acknowledge our distinguished guests who are here today. We have representing the Board of Trustees, Mr. Jaime Resendez. We also have Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Israel Cordero. Our legendary namesake, community member and activist, Mr. Trinidad Garza. And representing Mountain View College President's Office, Dr. Robert Garza, is Kathy Edwards from the Special Office. Also our senior sponsor, Mrs. Solis. And last but not least, but Mrs. Greenwood, our school counselor. Also want to recognize individuals on the floor who have been here, part of this organization, have been part of this campus, have been staples at this community. I want to represent, we have here on the floor, we have Dr. O'Connor, Mrs. McElroy, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Simpkins, and Coach Arevalo. Thank you for being here with us tonight. You are what makes this country so great. Always be yourself and never change for anyone. I want you guys to understand that you guys represent the community. Your values, your stories, your lived experiences bring so much to our community. I myself, growing up in Oak Cliff, graduating from Sunset, was part of the ISD. And you have an amazing opportunity. We talked about last year when I sat here a year ago, how so many records were broken and it was gonna take us years to break those records until you showed up here today. Because one of those records, who I think is one of the biggest ones, is gonna be the acknowledging of the actual associate's degrees. We hit a record of 80 associate's degrees. we acknowledge that from this point on, we thought that was last year that we hit. This year, you guys hit 81, so you broke the record. I want to recognize individuals that first and foremost, I want if all our officers could stand up from our senior officer class, please stand up and be recognized. Also, we want to recognize our top 10 graduates. Would you please stand up? Jacqueline Hernandez, Matthew Gonzalez, Mauricio Duarte, Fernando Badosco, Victoria Rodriguez, Jesus Martinez, Mayra Esparza, Rosa Riveros, Gerardo Galvan, and Araceli Ramirez. These individuals represent what Garza is about. They've worked hard all 4 years. Not only did they finish 2 years of college, but they were recognized as top 10%. Thank you very much. Would all members of the National Honor Society please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Dallas ISD scholars, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Those 81 record-breaking students that received an associate's degree, who went to college starting their freshman year, who went through trials and tribulations to be here today, who graduated actually about 2.5 weeks ago, before they graduated from high school. Will you please stand up if you received your associate's degree? Now, will everybody please stand up as distinguished graduates of Trinidad Early College High School? Thank you. You may be seated. Before I invite the salutatorian, I want to talk a little bit about Matthew. Matthew, without a doubt, is one of the most hardworking, persistent, and loving students that this school has seen. He has been part of various clubs and has becoming president of volunteer groups at Methodist Hospital in Oak Cliff. Matthew has done efforts to attempt in his honor college at the University of North Texas in Denton. There he plans to pursue a biochemistry bachelor's degree in science. I know he can do remarkable things, and he will impact the community around us today. Please welcome Matthew to the stage. Salute.
Good evening. I want to start off by thanking the family, friends, and staff of Trinidad Early College High School, because you all have dedicated enormous amounts of time to make the ceremony possible for us students. Excuse me. I know it's late and it's probably past my bedtime, so I'll make this brief. The first day of school, I had a huge backpack and the coolest light-up Skechers ever. Back then, we didn't have anything to worry about, but who was the fastest or who had the latest shoes? That was back in kindergarten. Our first day here at Garza was somewhat similar. The new friends, teachers that would be a part of our lives for the next 4 years made us feel that butterfly feeling of nervousness. Freshman year, we took it easy and stressed about the Cornell notes that Ms. Saisky made us do. Then sophomore came around. This year was probably the hardest year here at Garza, thanks to Mr. O'Connor and Dr. Lopez. Dr. O'Connor and Mr. Lopez, sorry. These teachers are probably the hardest teachers I've ever had, but they were the best ones. They were hard on us because they wanted us to pass, which we did. They made their assignments hard because they knew that this was the only way we would learn. Junior year came around, which came with dual credit classes that everyone dreaded. Ms. Marvel's notes and quizzes murdered us, but again, she did this because she wanted us to pass the STAR exam, which all of us did. Senior year, thanks to Ms. Simpkins, Senior year, we did not give a care in the world. All we did was sign in and worked on scholarships, thanks to Ms. Simpkins. She helped us apply for scholarships and get ready for college. Now times have changed, as we have matured and taken on responsibilities as young adults. One of which is living up to our parents' expectations, which no one ever does. Over the past 4 years, school has driven us to some of the extremes which we never thought we would cross. School was never that hard. It was like riding a bike, except for the bike was on fire, you were on fire, and everything else was on fire because school was full of obstacles. But we as students overcame these challenges, and we have become the young men and women we are today. For us, this was just one chapter in many chapters we will write as we age, and now we are on to the next one. The nervousness starts to build up as the same butterfly feeling builds up in our stomachs, and we become freshmen in college, or opt out and begin our careers straight out of high school. Now it is up to us to become the generation that makes a difference in our communities, cities, countries, and even the world. Becoming the doctors, lawyers, nurses, and even construction workers that shape how others perceive the world around us. So let's start the next chapter of our lives, not with a nervous attitude, but with the courageous and outgoing one that will determine the final chapters and what they may consist of. No one can write these chapters for us, but we are the ones in control. So never forget that. I want to say thank you for all of you for coming and creating such wonderful children. I hope you all will enjoy the night.
Thank you very much, Matthew. Matthew and all of you students here today represent a community of learners that has a true heart to make a difference. You guys not match the community service hours from last year, and some of you guys surpassed on unbelievable challenges to do what you did today. To know that you finished a college degree and a high school diploma is an amazing feat. Be proud of yourselves for taking college hours while you're in high school, because everybody knows that's not an easy task. Now I'm going to call up Jacqueline. She has achieved so much at Garza. Her perseverance, adaptability, optimism, commitment, and most importantly, her passion. She's a first-generation college student. This upcoming fall, she will be attending University of Texas at Austin. She will be going in part of the Texas Entrepreneur's Plan Scholar Program. She's planning on majoring in biochemistry, pursuing a career in forensic science. Now, welcome to the stage our valedictorian, Jacqueline Hudson.
Good evening, class of 2018, family, friends, staff, and distinguished guests. It is truly a great pleasure and honor to be given the opportunity to speak on behalf of my class, the class of 2018. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to God for permitting us to take part in this special and grander event. An event that marks one of the many milestones that are yet to come in our lives. Getting this diploma today is just the beginning of our journey, and one that will open many doors for us. I want to say thank you to the teachers and staff at Garza for putting in their time and effort and helping us with our college applications and with any other problem we might have had. I want to thank all my friends, especially Jesus, Rosa, Jesus Monsivallez, and Amaris. Without them, high school would have not been the same. It is unbelievable how time flies by so quick. Just this past week, I made a comment to Jesus on how it feels as if we were freshmen just yesterday.
getting lost in our one hallway school while anxiously searching for new friends, and feeling overly excited about everything. The next 3 years went by like a breeze, but filled with long-lasting memories. We have grown so much at Garza throughout these 4 years that we came from being complete total strangers, at least I know I did, to becoming a family. In those 4 years, we have accomplished a whole lot, such as obtaining our associate's degree and college credit that other students our age have yet to obtain. So let's be proud of ourselves and grateful for the great opportunities we had at Garza and not take for granted our accomplishments. Let's go out there and inspire others through our experiences and personal growth stories. Let's make a difference in other people's lives by embracing our differences. Graduates, as our senior year comes to an end, it is not only a time for us to say our goodbyes and reminisce on the adventures and sleepless nights we had just to click on that submit button at 11:59, but it is a time for us to welcome our future with a huge heartfelt embrace. As we all know, we don't know our future. We don't know what new friendships will arise through our journey in life. We don't know what college will be like, and we most certainly do not know what will happen tomorrow. But what we do know is that through our determination, perseverance, resilience, and most important of all, passion, we can achieve anything that we could possibly dream of. As Abraham Lincoln once said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. We are the ones that hold the power to make a change, either it be big or small, to make this world a much better place, because we are the future. Make wise decisions, always stay positive, humble. Congratulations, class of 2018. May God bless you all, and have a great night. Thank you.
It's with great humility to serve as your principal. We built relationships, some all the way since Griner, and some all these 4 years. And it's something that comes up. The passion that you carry with you, do not let that go. Live your life and create a masterpiece. Live it with purpose. Live it with passion. And never forget where you come from. And don't ever forget to come back and serve your community. Now, talking with that passion, I'm going to bring up to the stage someone that is known for developing and creating and writing her own poetry and being able to do it even at the national level. So now I want to bring our class president, Sierra Edwards, to the stage to share us off for this poem.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like after hearing about the blue skies, the sunny days, and the greener grass? They say it's only 17, 18 years until you're the grad. Of course you'll love it. It's Trinidad. That's before we run into crazy life situations and still have to use censorship, or until broken promises from false relationships and unfulfilled friendships fall into play. They never tell you high school is the time where we are most afraid, betrayed and belittled, for nothing we are expected to cry about. 4 years of unsolved problems and a mind of doubt. 4 years of strength to stand strong when the mist is more visible than our vision. 4 years of pride in the being that we have become, in the being that we will be. Remember how relentless you are, because negativity can be deadly. Focus on who you want to aspire to be. See, I've grown to love all of you. Just take it from my point of view. Each and every one of you have been designed to lead. My purpose is to speak. Some are to medically reach into the souls of dying lives, and some are to work relentless hours in the courthouse to determine who's telling the truth and who's lying. Others imagine inspiring children, and some plan to design and be architectures of buildings. We are uniquely carved into sculpted antiques, heavy brains yet so delicate hearts. When you go out into college, the military, the workforce, recognize the grace in your step, the love in your hugs, the brilliance in the way that you think. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to push forward after something doesn't go right. We've made a big part of history. Our future is much more bright. Degrees on our back and a few steps around the track. Life is a race. The goal is to stay calm and keep a great pace, one step at a time. Without relationships on our hearts, but dedication's in our mind. Tenacity, to never give up. Perseverance, to keep going. And the patience to be steadfast in the process of still growing. Thank the mamas and the role models that's motivated us when we thought the only option left was to cry. Appreciate the best friends like Kennedy, Caitlin, and Harmony for the shoulders and the great minds when we couldn't depend on ourselves. When we made a mark by walking across this stage proudly, I've been able to hear many, oh my God. I've been able to hear many of you guys' stories. These past years, whether it be death, social injustice, mental illness, lack of self-confidence, we've needed some therapy. And nothing is wrong with seeking out help. Furthermore, we are the legacy that the juniors, our little cousins, our friends and family hope to see one day. This day, we start a different journey in our lives. And I know some of us are saying, look, we made it, and after this, want to go drink and get high. And I'm not saying don't have fun, but respect yourself enough where you won't be undermined. We are the leaders of today and tomorrow. Our brains will not be misused, rejected, or borrowed. Today, we are the ones that will be celebrated. Today, we are the ones to say, look, we made it, which is why I consider our class of 2018 to be innovative. I inspire those around you. N, negativity is not an option. N, never let the devil get a hold of your spirit. O, obey the law. V, value the time we have here on this earth. A, achieve the greatness people never thought you could. T, trust in God. I'm gonna say that one more time. T, trust in God. I'm gonna say this one more time. Trust in God. I, ignore the haters. V, vocalize the things that you believe in or they will fade away from you. E, everything you do, do with pride. My former presidents once said, Barack Obama, of course, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek, whether that's in the lack of love in our communities or the road to fix a life of true equity. Class of 2018, let's find the greatness within ourselves and go be the change that we seek. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for all the principals. That was powerful and very real. Now to introduce, talking about someone who has served our country in so many ways. Both did 8 years. At the age of 17, he's inspiring individuals even here today. Jesus Cantu Valdez, Trayvon LeBlanc, David, Rosales, are going to go serve our country and plan to go into the military. Well, we have a role model for us here today who is a board member for Dallas ISD. He did 8 years in the military, served an entire year in Iraq. He has his Juris Doctorate from, he got his lawyer, which is Juris Doctorate, law degree, from University of Texas at Austin. And I welcome him to the stage, Honorable Trustee Jaime Resendez.
Garza, early college high school at Mountain View College. What's up, class of 2018? Please give yourselves a round of applause. You really deserve it for all the hard work you've done to get to this point. And hello to all the dedicated family members, staff, and community members who are here sharing in this very special day. Please give yourselves a round of applause too. You all deserve it for sacrificing so much to make sure that your graduate got here today. I know it hasn't been easy. So my name is Jaime Resendez. I'm a U.S. Army combat veteran. I'm an attorney. I'm a Dallas ISD school board trustee. But most importantly, I'm a graduate of Dallas ISD, just like you. And I can't think of a better reason to come back than to be here today to celebrate this great occasion. Class of 2018, you did it. Congratulations. As you sit in your caps and gowns, please know that I'm very proud of each of you. You've been working towards this goal for more than a decade. Through it all, you persevered, you push forward. This moment was never promised to any of you. Many of you have overcome incredible odds to be here. You've shattered statistics and stereotypes, and what an inspiration you are. I urge you to approach life with the same determination and drive that got you here. It was not that long ago that I sat where you sit as a graduate of Dallas ISD, and I stand before you now, proof that what you'll be leaving with here today can help you achieve your wildest dreams, dreams you haven't even had yet. Let me tell you all a little bit about myself. I'm from Pleasant Grove. I grew up not far from 175 in Buckner. My parents are Mexican immigrants with 6th grade educations. There wasn't a single day growing up that my parents could help me with schoolwork. I didn't grow up reading books, and I wasn't studious. I didn't know anyone with a college degree, but I knew a lot of gang members, drug dealers, and high school dropouts. I'm sure some of you have similar stories. But when I was a kid, I hated being broke. I hated not being able to have nice clothes, nice shoes, and not being able to go out to eat somewhere decent. And I remember when I would watch TV, the people I would see with college degrees, like doctors, lawyers, engineers, and accountants, they never seemed to be broke. So I thought that in this country, the best thing to try to do is to get an education. But I had to come up with a plan. I didn't have any scholarships, my parents didn't have any money, so the plan I developed was to join the military. I was 17 years old when I joined the Army as an engineer. I hadn't even graduated from Skyline yet when I joined, and this was right before September 11th. Those of us in here old enough remember that September 11th dramatically changed the world in which we live. I was 21 years old when I found myself on the streets of Baghdad, Iraq. That's the experience that changed my life dramatically. We had some tough times out there. I didn't know if I would come back. I wasn't out there just handing out water to people. I was on hundreds of convoys throughout the streets of Baghdad and other parts of Iraq. People were dying on the same streets where I was, on the same day, the same times I was out there. It just wasn't me. So I came back to Dallas with a totally different perspective on life. I remember I enrolled in community college myself, and I remember sitting in class thinking, I'm in an air-conditioned classroom, taking notes and reading a book. I said, I can do this. That's when I became extremely focused on my studies. I started reading every single word, every single sentence, every single paragraph on all of my reading assignments. And lo and behold, I started to make A's. I thought to myself, you don't even have to be smart to get a college degree. You just have to put in the work. So I graduated from Eastfield, transferred to UNT Dallas, and that's when I started thinking about graduate school and law school. And I'm embarrassed to say that at that time, I didn't even know how attorneys became attorneys. But luckily, Google was already invented, so I did my research. I found out that law school is 3 more years, and I thought, 3 more years? Heck no, I'm done with school. But then I thought about it. It's only 3 more years. I plan on being productive anyway. I thought if I could become an attorney coming from where I come from, it'd be pretty cool. So I went for it, and I was fortunate enough to be accepted by the University of Texas School of Law, and I stand before you now as an attorney licensed to practice law in federal and state court. And I'm just like you. But my experience at UT Law taught me a lot about society. Before I went to UT, I thought it's not gonna be a problem. I've been around all kinds of people, blacks, whites, Asians, Latinos. But when I got to UT Law, it was culture shock to me. It was my first time meeting wealthy people, not just wealthy whites, but wealthy Hispanics, wealthy blacks. And I thought, it's not a coincidence that I was one of only a handful of students with backgrounds like ours at UT Law, an educational institution considered to be elite by many. People like us generally don't get the same opportunities as private school kids. That's why I think it's important for us to think about others as we climb the ladder of success. It's important for us to be intentional about reaching back to uplift the younger generations. And when I came back to Dallas, I decided to get involved in local politics. With the help of a lot of people, I ran a successful campaign, and I was elected to serve on the DISD school board in 2016. Now I'm cool with the mayor, state senators, state representatives, congressmen, judges, you name it. And I'm just like you. Today, anything seems possible, but there'll be days ahead when nothing seems possible. That's when you gotta reach deep within and find the determination to go on. We all have God-given talents that we can hone and develop. I believe there's greatness in each of you, and I encourage you to never stop pursuing it. Be ambitious about your goals. Be relentless about your success. Desire to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. So class of 2018, go off, spread your wings, continue to shatter stereotypes and statistics, and never forget where you come from and the people that got you here. Congratulations and good luck.
Now we're going to certify the graduates. If Deputy and Board Member.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to award these diplomas, certifying that these students are graduates of the Dallas Independent School District.
As principal of Trinity Garza Early College High School, I am hereby affirm that each candidate has met all requirements for graduation as determined by the state of Texas and the Dallas Independent School District, and they are qualified to receive their diplomas or they are otherwise qualified to participate in this graduation ceremony consistent with the laws of the state of Texas and the Dallas Independent School District.
As the representative of Dr. Michael Hinojosa, Superintendent of the Dallas Independent School District, I am Israel Cordero, Deputy Superintendent, and I am pleased to confirm the certification of the 2018 graduating class of Trinity Garza Early College High School.
Coach Arevalo will call the name.
Jacqueline Villanueva Hernández. Matthew I. González. Mauricio Duarte. Fernando Barbosa. Victoria Rodríguez. Jesús Martínez. Mayra Natalie Esparza. Rosa Isela Viveros. Gerardo Galván. Azareli Ramírez Caudillo. Desli Almaraz. Michael John Álvarez. Ernesto Andrade. Cecilio Ansúrez Jr. Edna Azuara. Nayajaret Bañuelos. Elia L. Barrón Pérez. Héctor Benavides Jr. Mirka Benítez Salmerón. Oscar Betancourt. Calvin Todd Blake. Juan Ramón Calixto. Abigail Samantha Castro. Pedro Alan Cavazos. Joel Cerda II. Caitlin Alexis Chancellor. Albert Charles. Mario Diego Palacios. Samantha Dominguez. Sierra Cici Edwards. Emily Escuadra. Raimundo Espinosa. Brianna Arlette Estrada. Christian Flores. Edwin Armando Flores. Benjamín Flores Zamorano. Josué Iván Flores Romero. Joshua Garcia. Luis Ángel Garcia. Trinity Jordan Gonzaba. Imelda González. Jonathan González. Elizabeth Gutiérrez Marroquín. Abraham Herrera. Kennedy I. Hobbs. Felipe Holman. Okay. Harmony Hunt. Roberto Hurtado. Rodolfo R. Irracheta. Araceli Larios. Brandon Leal. Trevon LeBlanc. Cesar Lechuga Jr. Andrea Leiva. Brian Raúl López. José Teodoro López. Said López. Ashley Lozano García. Kevin Alberto Lozano Suárez. Abigail Maldonado. Amaris Daniela Manríquez. Aarón Martínez. Berenice Beatriz Martínez. Cynthia Martínez. Samantha Martínez. Carlos E. Martínez Flores. Jonathan J. Medellín. Aileen Méndez. Citlali Méndez. Esmeralda Mendoza. Christian Armando Miranda. Karina Miranda. Jesús Misael Monsiváis. Jorge Jonathan Moreno. Jason T. Nobles. Zulema Oliva. Adrián Ortiz. Timothy Jacob Pesina. Jordan Elijah Piñeda. Jasmine Plasencia. Vanessa Reyes. Eva Ríos. Emily Rivas. George Rodríguez. Maynard Rodriguez. David Rosales. Alicia Marie Sanchez. Luis Sanchez. Zoe Cifuentes. Leandria Nichelle Thurman. Anthony Tijerina. Mariah Monet Tony. Alexis Torres. Marina Ulloa. Janet Uribe. Jesús Abraham Cantú Valdés. Carlos Vázquez. Madison Robin White.
Okay, please stand, graduates. I hereby declare you graduates of Trinity Garza Early College High School. Please turn your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2018.